Have you ever thought about having your very own private AI? I mean, one that learns from your files, your personal stuff, without ever sending a single byte of data to the cloud? Well, today, we're not just going to wonder about it. We are going to lay out the entire blueprint, step by step, for building one right on your own computer.
Just imagine it for a second. An AI that is 100% private. It can read your notes, your work documents, your code, whatever you want to give it, and it helps you find the connections. And the best part, no cloud servers, no risk of data leaks. That is the mission we're on today, and I'm going to show you exactly how we get there.
And look, this isn't some far-off science fiction. The key that unlocks this whole thing for us is a tool called Ollama. It's what lets you download and run these incredibly powerful language models completely offline. Seriously, once you're set up, you can unplug your internet. This is the engine that's going to power our private AI.
All right, so our very first step is the most important one, just learning how to have a good conversation with our new AI. Because it turns out it's not just about what you ask, it's all about how you ask it. So what actually makes a good question?
I mean, just look at the difference here. A vague prompt like "summarize this" is going to get you a pretty generic and frankly often useless answer. But a good prompt, one with clear instructions about the format, the length, the focus, that gets you exactly what you need. And this, right here, this is the art of prompt engineering, and it's the first skill we absolutely have to nail down.
Okay, so asking for a summary of a small paragraph, that's one thing. But what happens when you want to ask a question about a 50-page PDF or a really dense research paper? You can't just copy and paste all of that into the prompt. And this brings us to our first major roadblock.
Right, and here's where we hit our first real wall. And it's not some software bug or a setting we can change. No, this is a fundamental limitation baked into how these AI models work. They all have, essentially, a memory problem. This limitation has a name. It's called the context window. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like the AI's short-term memory. It can only hold on to and think about a certain amount of information at any one time. Anything outside of that window, poof, it's gone. It's like it never existed. And to put a number on it, a pretty typical context window is around 4,000 tokens. A token is basically a word, or sometimes part of a word. So, that 50-page document we were talking about, that could easily be 25,000 tokens or more. It just won't fit. You can't cram it all in there. See the problem?
So how in the world do we solve this memory problem? Well, instead of trying to force the AI to memorize an entire library, we're going to get clever. We're going to give it an open book test. And this technique is called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG for short. And let me tell you, it is a total game changer.
The idea behind RAG is actually beautiful in its simplicity. Why try to make the AI cram all that info into its tiny short-term memory? It's just not going to work. Instead, when you ask a question, our system first acts like a super-fast librarian. It zips through all your documents, finds the single most relevant page or paragraph, and then hands just that little piece to the AI to read.
So here's how it works, broken down into 3 simple steps. First, we retrieve. Our system does a quick keyword search across all our files to find little snippets that seem to match our question. Second, we augment. We take those snippets we found and we literally stuff them into the AI's prompt as context. And third, we generate. We ask the AI our question, but, and this is the most important part, we tell it to answer based only on the context we just provided. And this is the magic formula that makes it all click into place. We build a prompt template that has a clear spot for the context we found and a clear spot for our question. We're basically saying, hey, AI, here is the exact cheat sheet you need. Now answer this question. And just like that, we've hit a huge milestone. Our AI can now effectively read and answer questions from documents that are way, way too big for its memory. It works, but, and there's always a but, isn't there? Our system isn't quite as smart as it looks. So, we've built this really smart system, but it has a hidden flaw, a real Achilles heel, and it's that first step, our simple keyword search. It's not nearly as clever as it needs to be. This is the big twist in our story.
Okay, think about this for a second. Let's say you ask a question using the term AI. But the document you're searching, maybe it was written by an academic, and they only ever use the term machine learning. What is our keyword search going to find? Absolutely nothing. Zero. It's looking for an exact word-for-word match, and since it doesn't find one, our whole system just fails.
So, on the one hand, you've got our current method, keyword search. It's totally literal.
It just matches letters. It has no clue that AI and machine learning are related concepts. But the next level up is something called semantic search. It doesn't look for words, it looks for meaning. It understands that AI and machine learning live in the same neighborhood of ideas. It's searching for concepts, not just text.
So what this all means is that our simple RAG system is a massive step forward, but its intelligence is, well, it's brittle. It can be completely fooled by a simple synonym. To make our private AI truly powerful, we need to upgrade it. We need to move beyond just matching words and start understanding what those words actually mean.
And there you have it. That's the blueprint, from having a basic conversation all the way to solving the memory problem with this clever RAG technique. We've seen how powerful it can be, and we've also seen its big limitation. So I'll just leave you with this one question. Now that you know how it's done, what personal knowledge base would be the very first thing you'd want your own private AI to learn?